never give up. You're about to listen to the Darla Z, live from the Hollywood Room on the Bootleggers Music Group Radio. Award-winning singer-songwriter Darla Z brings you her special guests who share intimate stories about their lives, how they became successful in their chosen fields, how they learned from their mistakes, and how we can all make a positive difference in the lives of others. Welcome to Live from the Hollywood Room with your host, Darla Z.
Hi, this is Darla Z, and we're back with part 2 of the segment with the legendary Peter Lamas, the beauty icon of so many famous stars like Reese Witherspoon and Whitney Houston and Rhiana. It's amazing. I have seen he's hobnobbed with Justin Bieber and Usher and Kim Kardashian. He's very humble, but we try to drag information out of him because we want him to tell us how to be beautiful both inside and out. And in particular, this session, we're going to be talking about basically what makes Peter click. In other words, what's so important to him about his products. And I have to say, dun, 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 this is a shampoo that I adore, and it smells wonderful. But Peter has a mission in life, and his mission is what?
That's a loaded question because that's another I have. As a professional stylist, makeup artist, a beauty expert, I like to enhance people's life by helping them see themselves in a way that is extremely positive and confident and motivating to get up every morning and be happy with who you are. I have a saying, create the kind of self you will be happy to live with all of your life.
Oh my gosh, that's beautiful.
Perfect. That is my purpose. When I am
being happy with who you are is, I think there's a lot of people that suffer from depression. There's a lot of women like myself, my sister, not my mom, who's 86. She's not hard on herself, but there's a lot of women who are hard on themselves. And to learn how to be happy with yourself, that is both a gift, and I think it is something you have to work at. Is that true?
It is. I've always told women, being a woman should not get in the way of success. You've got to really appreciate who you are and strive for what it is that you like, that makes you happy, that gives you inspiration, that you wake up every moment. I love my profession. I can't believe I'm getting paid to do what I do, making a living, because it's a gift. I guess, I've been so blessed. And if you can find something in life that motivates you to be happy and be proud of who you are and not be so self-conscious, just be who you are and accept it. It's beautiful to feel good about yourself and not compare yourself to no one else. You're the only one in this universe that really matters. The way you look, the way you are, the way you are portraying yourself on a daily,
Tell me about the Diana, how do you pronounce her last name with Vogue? Vreeland?
Oh, Diana Vreeland.
I think it's a good time to talk about her because of what you told me about her and the image she portrayed and what she was about.
She had more confidence in her that for 300 women, she just felt, it's what I just said earlier. She was here enjoying who she was. Was she the so-called perfect image? No. Was she the bone structure that, in fact, as a little girl in her biography, I read her book, her mother used to call her the ugly duckling compared to her sister.
That's horrible. Awful.
And she grew up being called the ugly duckling. She was introduced by her family, her mother, to others. Okay? Imagine growing up with that label on you. And yet she did not let that get in the way of how she felt about herself. She put herself together. She knew how to dress beautifully, even though she was a simple dresser. She wore a lot of black with red nail polish and red lipstick and red, a beautiful, what do you call it, shoes. But there was something about her that was so interesting. And I love that word interesting. In Spanish, it's interesante. And when you say to a woman, she's so interesante, that's more than beautiful. That's something to look upon and say, wow. It's not because she's perfect. She was far from perfect. But the way she put herself together, in spite of her challenges for that perfect so-called image that you see in fashion magazines, which she ran, but she wasn't, far from it. And yet, when I was in the room with her surrounded by models, I couldn't take my eyes off of her. I didn't see the other so-called pretty girls or attractive women. She took her personality, her image, her attitude, her character, her energy, dominated the whole room. And everybody paid attention to her, and not all the so-called attractive women that, everybody says, oh, the model and the actress and this and that. No, she took center stage, and she knew it, and she knew how to do it, and she felt good about herself. And that's what I admired about her. She had a very handsome husband, but if she was single, I might have hit up on her. I mean, I liked her. I liked her as a woman. She represented to me I like a female with a mind. I like a female with self-confidence. I like a female who's feminine without having to look perfect. To me, I worked in this business for such a long time. The so-called perfect, beautiful woman, I don't see anymore. I see an individual for who they are. And I try to work with them to bring out the best in them so they can see what I'm feeling about them, if you understand where I'm going. And that's so important.
Yeah, and we touched on that in the first segment where we talked about that. Let me ask you, how do you think coming from an upbringing, I have a wonderful mother, and my mother would never have said something like that to me. Okay. But how do you think, and then she ends up going and being surrounded by beautiful women with Vogue.
Running Vogue.
How do you think? Yeah. So how do you think she did it? How did she do it? How did she go from being told as you're young that you're an ugly duckling and you're nothing, and then to exuding that confidence that you shed when she walked into a room, everyone stared at her? Did she learn it herself? Did she read a book? I mean, how did she get there from this point to that point?
Yeah, and those days you didn't read a book. And those days, oh my God, I mean, when I met her, she must have been, this was I met her in 65, 64, 65, I don't remember. All through the early 70s when she left Vogue. She was running Vogue. She was beauty editor of Vogue. She did the most magnificent layouts for Vogue that I've ever seen till this day. She had an artistic mind. She had a personality, a demand about what it is that she saw. Her mind was brilliant. I find her not only to be an exceptional woman, but her mind was just beyond belief. And the way she not only saw herself, but she saw everything else out there. And that's why she made Vogue magazine in those days such an important magazine, because of her vision, her thinking, her way of putting it together with such flair and artistic talent, because that was in her. That was in her. I think she was just basic. She's believed in herself. I asked her once, I said, what made you the way you are? Because I can't get my eyes off of you. And she laughed. I said, no. She says, I believe in myself. That was it. I believe in myself. And what she sees in the mirror, even though it's not perfect, she makes the best of it. And she has people like myself she said, Peter, what do you think? My hair should be this or that. And I gave her good advice, and I told her how to do it. And then her makeup, she went to Wade Bendy, who was at the time the greatest makeup artist in the world. And he gave her a couple of tricks, but that didn't hold her back by not seeing what she sees as fashion models that come into her office daily. She saw herself as a unique individual. There is only one Diana Vreeland. And that's what mattered to her. And that's her ability to have that confidence made her who she was. And she stole the show everywhere she went, a restaurant, parties, in the office. I went with her to a movie once, and people in the theater were looking at her. She just walked in with an attitude of, I'm special. Beautiful.
I like
No.
that. I like that.
And they,
I like that a lot.
She believed it.
So believe in yourself. And I think that's something that it's not instantaneous. It's not overnight. You have to look in the mirror every day and tell yourself, I think my sister said, you know, you look in the mirror and you try to find something that you like about yourself every single day.
Yeah.
And maybe that was a process that she went through just in order to get that confidence. And then I guess later when she walked into a room, she just felt it.
Have no fear of perfection. You will never reach it.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
Yes.
So we need to ease up on ourselves, we women.
Yes. I think when you love who you are, you have everything you need, Darla. When you love who you are, you have everything you need. Simple as that.
Yeah, and I love how you appreciate a woman's mind. I have to say, my husband, he is big on women. He would rather them run everything. So that's great, being married to someone that really appreciates. But I love that, and you know, I guess it's a whole nother show on, like, if I was married to you, which of course I'm married to Bill, but if I was married to you or Bill, and he was in your position and being around all these beautiful women, ooh, that would be a tough one for me. Was that hard on your wife?
My wife learned early on. She's an attractive woman, has always been. But she's a summa cum laude Phi Beta Kappa. You know what I'm referring to? She's a brilliant, brilliant human being.
Okay.
And I up with her mind. I don't care what the makeup, the hair, the dress. I wasn't in love as much with that as I was with who she was here. I've always been fascinated by women's mind. You know, I love.
That's wonderful.
And you know what I like most? Women that are strong. You'll never hear a man say that. I love strong women. I'm not afraid of them. Not afraid whatsoever. And my wife is strong. Oh my God. I told her, I said, there are very few men that could stay married to you like I have, because she is such, she has a strength of character, and she feels that she's right. She's not going to bend for me because she's afraid of me, or she wants to cater to. Oh, no. She's a real human being. Yes, and it's important for her to be who she is, and I have to respect that as she respects me. But I'm in love with her because of her character, her self-confidence, and her mind. Not because she looks pretty with lipstick and makeup and hair and a nice dress. That, to me, is secondary. A compliment.
When you all go out to dinner, I mean, does she get? I mean, boy, I would utilize you. I mean, I would say, okay, Peter, come on, it's time to fix me up. I'm going out.
For a long time, she would, she's very handy with makeup and hair. So I was fortunate enough that she would, on special occasions, she would have me do it. But most of the time, she had confidence in who she was, and do her hair, and she was. I think she was almost as talented as I was when it came to hair and makeup. I really did, and she never did training like I did.
Oh well, she probably watched you so many times.
Yeah, she did.
Now back to what we kind of started with was your mission, and how I talked about your shampoo that I love so much. But as I understand it, you started your company because there was family or friends close to you that had severe reactions to chemical products in makeup or hair, and you decided that you were going to create a product that you could be proud of. And I would like to hear more about why you came up with how your inspiration occurred, and then what you did with it.
Owning salons. I owned 3 salons in New York City at one time for a long time. And we would sell personal care products in my salons as part of the business. And a lot of brands came to my salon pitching the particular representative of the brand, what the brand was like. And But I discovered there were so many brands out there and they were all very similar. Different dog, same collar, if you know what I'm saying. So I decided to say, let me test it. So I was very particular. I would test the brand that came into my salon to pitch the brand. And I would ask for products. I wanted to test it on the sink, or the shampoo, the conditioner, the styling products, whatever it is that they had in their category, I would put it through the test and then look at the ingredients. But in looking at the ingredients, I discovered there was very little difference between brand A, brand B, brand C, including performance. Some were more moisturizing than others, some built a little bit more body than others, but they were very similar in the performance category. But in the ingredients, they were extremely close. And I started learning about ingredients. And the more I learned, the more I realized there's so many dangerous carcinogens of ingredients in personal care products, deodorants, shampoos, makeup, body care, I mean, toothpaste. I mean, you'd be surprised what I can bring up with concerning issues regarding the formulations of these particular products and what they have in them that are not healthy. And the body, the skin itself absorbs everything. Your hair and your skin, anything you put on will be absorbed by the hair, by the skin, and it goes into your system. So realizing that and noticing that there were a number of concerning ingredients that are considered carcinogens, I said, okay, I need to really be very choosy about what I sell in my company, in my salons, from all these different companies. And I realized that I couldn't find, they just didn't exist. So I decided to create a line of products on my own. They were natural, they were organic, that didn't contain what I consider hazardous ingredients. They were gentle to the skin as well as the hair, whether it was for skincare or body care or hair care. Everything that we designed was performance-driven, natural, healthy products formulated for that individual without being concerned with what's in your product. And the more I became, what's the word I'm looking for? I mean, passionate about this. I got interviews in different news programs and in different beauty segments, and including magazines, about my opinion of what's women and men should be looking for to use as products, being conscious of what's in your products. And I wrote a book called Dying to Be Beautiful. And it was about exposing the cosmetic industry, the dark side of the cosmetic industry, because when you read labels and you see all these ingredients in there, even if they sound healthy and natural, you don't know what percentage level of vitamin C you're getting. You don't know what percentage of vitamin A or vitamin D or whatever it is that they're marketing, because then, unlike regular vitamins that you have to put the milligrams next to it to see the potency, and is it really worthwhile for the money you're paying buying these vitamins? Do they have enough milligrams in there to make a difference, hopefully? In the cosmetic industry, you don't have that. You read the ingredients listing, but all those ingredients could fit in the size of your pinky nail, meaning they're worthless. I call it hype. It's all about, make hopes and dreams in a jar. And so you don't know what you're getting. And I promised myself to formulate. We all know our formulas. Formulating products that are providing wonderful, healthy ingredients at the right levels recommended by the ingredients manufacturer to be able to perform to the maximum. So when you use them, they're performance-driven formulations. And you will see and notice the results much sooner than later, and the way your skin looks and feels and behaves, the way your hair appears to be that it's growing in. I mean, I have so much hair. I have a product called Hair Solutions, shampoo, conditioner, and serum for the scalp to help, because now after the pandemic, with all the stress, there's so many men and women, especially now women, losing their hair. And there's so many today, we've had this for a long time. We were one of the first on the market, but today you have so many companies marketing and peddling hair growth products with
they do,
with minoxidil, or with hype. And I can name you brands that are being now sued by the FDA because they don't deliver the results they're marketing. And there are other brands that contain the minoxidil and the Rogaines and the finesterized, that you need to be aware of these side effects that should be hopefully in those boxes, because I would not use them. I just don't want to put myself in that situation. And here's a perfect example: minoxidil, which is part of Rogaine, supposed to grow hair. Well, it helps dilute the hair follicle so that the blood starts circulating again, but it doesn't guarantee hair loss. It just helps encourage hair growth. But the ingredients we have found that we have in so-called hair solutions formulation of our system, shampoo, conditioner, and serum, they generate a system of growth that is constant, because if you stop using them, your hair will not fall out like if you use minoxidil and finasteride. If you start using minoxidil and finasteride within several weeks, you will start noticing the shedding again. Where with ours, it just encourages to get rid of that DHT buildup, to that hormone that really is so counteracting the hair growth system in your scalp, to be able to continue to grow hair naturally, increasing the circulation, encouraging hair growth, but in a way that it continues to do so. You don't have to become so rigid that if you don't use it after a week, oh my God, what am I doing? So I use it every day, every other day. I just feel, because I'm addicted to it, I just see the results. I have as much hair today at my age than I did when I was in my early 20s.
Yeah, you do have a great set of hair on your head.
Yes, and I just had it cut, because if it gets too long, it becomes too bushy.
That's a problem a lot of men would love to have. Let me tell you. Yeah. So does the FDA regulate any kind of makeup? I mean, what's the standards there?
If you're using drugs,
what ingredients should be avoided?
If you're using drugs, the FDA will regulate it. If you're not using drugs, the FDA will kind of, you know, they don't pay as much attention. If it's natural, if it's organic, like we have, we use advanced science with natural organic ingredients combined. But that advanced science comes from nature, not from chemicals, not from drugs. I try to avoid chemicals and drugs at all costs, because Mother Nature provides all the things that we need to really stimulate and encourage and enhance, whether it's skin or hair growth or hair quality. And that's what we have.
Well, and also, as a person who loves animals, and I don't know if you heard Kid Curry yelling earlier. Did you hear Kid Curry? But as a person who loves animals, I love the fact that you're cruelty-free, and that means a lot to anybody who has animals and loves animals, that you care about that.
And we're vegan also. We're very conscious about nature, about the planet, about what it is that we're promoting and marketing. But the end result, and I want to make this impression, we are providing products that deliver results. They're performance driven. I can't say that enough with honesty and validity. They're performance driven, because as a professional, don't sell me something that I'm going to try and I'm hoping after a month something's going to be better. And I don't have the patience. I want you, if you're telling me it's going to do this, I'm expecting this, and tell me how long it will take, so I'm better educated to expect what it is and see what's going on as I use the product, and become reliable in the product. Because I don't want to be looking around every 2 minutes for a different product and not doing what I'm doing. That becomes expensive, confusing, and I don't trust every product that I purchase. I want to be able to have confidence that the particular brand that I'm using has validity. You know, they have a reputation that they uphold by, and we try to do that in so many levels of natural, organic, vegan, performance-driven, quality, image, all of the above. But the experience of when you put a cream in your hand, or a lotion in your hand, or a shampoo on the palm of your hand, and you use it, the fragrance, it's natural, it's healthy, the feel, you rinse it off and you feel your hair is silky and healthy, and it doesn't feel like straw, and all of these things that count as you continue to use. You've been using my products, you know what I'm talking about.
Yes, and my stepson has been using your, he's the former WBU World Lightweight Champion of the world.
Oh,
you might remember meeting him years ago.
oh yes,
But yeah,
yeah.
he became the world lightweight champion, but he has used it and he continues to use it to this day. But your products line says 100% vegan, cruelty-free, paraben and sulfate-free. So I think that's wonderful, and everybody should go out and get their Peter Lamas products. So, but let me ask you this, if we're going to go, how do you feel about the beauty industry today? And do you think that, I mean, how should we as a consumer say you don't have a lot of money to spend on products, and what should you do? Is there any natural ingredients that you can, smear on aloe vera at night? Or is there something that you can do to for your skincare, for your makeup routine that doesn't require a boatload of cash? Not that your products do, because they're very reasonable. I'm just saying for just, is there anything?
Home remedies, you can go on Google and put in home remedies for skincare, home remedies for hair care, and you'd be surprised all the information. Rather than me spending time here with you talking about them, you can find so much information when it comes to personal care that comes from your kitchen, that is natural, that using all different types of fruits and vegetables to be able to achieve what we're talking about.
Okay, that's awesome. Now you have a book, and let me read the title because it's a little long. Beauty Basics, Quick and Easy Tips for Hair, Skin, and Makeup. That's another one of your books. And I want to talk about the aging one too, because I really like that. But as far as, and you touched on, the importance of eyebrows. And now I have to say, when I look in the mirror every day, I look at my eyebrows first. Like, oh, how do they look?
No, they're fine. They're fine. You would have heard from me if they were not.
Well, good. So is there okay, let's take women over 50, which really I'm further along than that. But is there a trick for older women on makeup tricks that they can use? I mean, should they not use dark eyeshadow? Should they use eyeliner? Should they not use eyeliner? Do you have a secret for older women on how they should apply makeup?
More important than makeup for a mature woman, I don't like the word older woman, a mature woman, whatever the age.
Okay, mature woman.
Because I'm in that category, a mature man and mature woman. It's taking care of your skin. I can't say that loud enough. It is so important. It's not about the makeup that you want to use on your face. It's about the quality of hydration that you can apply to your skin to overcome the aging factor to a great degree that looks healthy and beautiful. And then when you use makeup, in my opinion, avoid foundation. Use a little powder, a little lipstick, a little mascara. Your eyebrows, don't go into shadows, because this tends to be getting a little bit of a crease in your lids that the eyeshadow could sit on it and become more and more pronounced. And then it's
so should it just be like white eyeshadow, or like a tan?
Whatsoever. Avoid the eyeshadow. If you have creasy eyelids, avoid eyeshadow. Put a lot of moisturizer and eye products. My eye gel, which I love to put it on, because it's firming and tightening. And then use a little bit of powder, and then use the mascara and a liner if you have to, light-handed on the liner. You don't want to use a heavy liner. And work on your brows. That's where you want to emphasize the eye makeup, on the brow, not on the eyelid or the lash, and the lips. And a good light powder with the underneath a lot of moisturizer, or products that are benefiting the anti-aging quality of your skin, so that you're using a moisturizer in the daytime and an anti-aging serum or cream at night, just to maintain. That's what I do. I mean, if you can find a wrinkle on my face at my age, I'll give you $10 per wrinkle. I promise. Wow. Okay. Or I even increase it to $20 per wrinkle. But I put on, if fact, we're out of it. I have to start producing again. We sold out so quickly. Age-defying complex. And that's what I use on my neck and on my face for years and years and years to be able to overcome as much as possible the aging effect that happens to everyone. Not because I don't want to be old. I mean, I enjoy who I am and where I am. But if I look healthy, especially in my career, in my industry, I don't want to look like a prune, all shriveled up, and I'm here promoting skincare, and look at me. I mean, I'm an example of my products, whether it's my hair or my skin. And that's something important to me because of where I am and who I am.
Let me ask you something, because I had a friend do, because if you sometimes as you get older, your eyebrows get thinner. So do you believe in or don't believe in tattooing your eyebrows? I had a friend do that.
That has been around for a long time. The problem with that, as you get older and older, and I hate that word, but as we age, let me make that correction, the skin loses collagen and it weakens. And then that tattoo becomes not very pleasant to look at because you don't have the stuffing of the mattress. The base is collagen. You want to maintain a collagen level as long as possible for fullness and firmness. But as we age, that diminishes. So you want to take vitamins and supplements that encourage collagen buildup. Does it really work? In my opinion, slightly. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. That's why they have hyaluronic acid now injected into your skin, which I don't believe in, but that's something that is so personal. To create that fullness, that plumpness that you want to maintain. And that's what I've been trying to do with my age-defying complex. Maintain the collagen level as long as possible. I'm not going to do it, like I did when I was in my 20s, but I try to prolong it. That's a better word. So that as I get older, my skin doesn't drag down because you don't have any support. The support of the skin is the collagen and skin, the stuffing of the mattress. And once that gets diminished due to aging, you start noticing the aging factor, everybody looking more gaunt and lacking in loose skin and the jowls and all that.
Your product is doing wonders for me, for lots of people, and I think that's wonderful. I know that you have the 3 books that are available on Amazon, The Dying to Be Young, which is all about the beauty industry and things to avoid from makeup and hair.
It's called Dying to Be Beautiful.
Yes, and then you've got the one I talked about with the makeup tricks, and then you've also got one on aging. Is it Aging Gracefully? What was it called? I've got it. Aging.
The truth about
Ultimate Anti-Aging Secrets. Before we conclude tonight, and then because we're coming back for one more segment where we get to hear the juicy tidbits of all your celebrity clients that you're willing to divulge. What would be, besides the skincare, and you've covered that, and I think that's wonderful. Is there any other anti-aging secret? I mean, walking, water, vitamins. Is there something else that you can tell us that will help us age better?
I think hair is very important to me when it comes to aging. You want to hair. You want to maintain thicker, healthy hair growth. That's why I created hair solutions. I'm not just saying this to plug my product system, but the serum that you apply to the scalp, the shampoo that you use, and the conditioner all enhance the quality. Because as we get older, your hair will get thinner. That doesn't mean that it's going to pull out in a woman, which sometimes it does, but it's about density. If you look at my hair, it's hard to see through it because with that serum, I'm maintaining density. As we get older, instead of each hair follicle growing 3 to 5 to 6 strands, now 3 to 5 strands, now we're growing maybe 1 to 3 strands. So now you can see through the hair and you can see the scalp. You still have hair, but it's not as dense as it used to be when it was younger.
I want the serum. I want the serum.
You use that serum like I do at night. It's amazing. You can do it in the daytime too, but at night I overload it with my hair. And if I'm going to, I shampoo my hair every day. So if I'm going to shampoo it in the morning, at night I'll put it I use it every night, every other night, sometimes every 2 to 3 nights if I'm busy or whatever. But I maintain a ritual, and my hair keeps just getting thicker and denser as I get older.
Okay, well, we should all get your serum. I'm going to go out and get it tonight.
But answering your question, water is very important for everything, for the entire organism. You want to drink, that has been my problem for a while, and my doctor screams and my children scream at me, you're not drinking enough water, because I don't find the time to carry the water. But here, look, I'm always using, now I'm religious, because your body needs water, your skin needs water. Hydration, hydration, hydration. That's for the
totally
hair, skin, for the body. It's like real estate, location, 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 hydration, hydration, hydration.
I agree. Okay, so we've gotten some great tips from you today, Peter, and I thank you again from the bottom of my heart being a guest on my show. And I can't wait for the next segment to begin, because we're going to hear some intimate secrets of some of the women, the famous women that you have helped, and Bootleggers and I, Darla Z, thank you very much for your help and attention to our issues, and we will see you again soon.
Looking forward to it. Bye.
You have been listening to Darla Z, live from the Hollywood Room on the Bootleggers Music Group Radio. Be sure to check out all our shows and download our app at www.bootleggersmusicgroup.com. The Bootleggers Music Group is dedicated to bringing you uplifting, educational, and inspiring shows for the love of God, one tune, and one show at a time. Be sure to visit Darla Z at www.darlaz.com to learn more about your award-winning host. Thanks for listening to or watching the Bootleggers Music Group Radio. Executive producer, Paul E. Jones.